What's going on, people? I'm back, LP2000, with another figure review coming at you again. This time at the request of fellow collector Edwin Talavera. He wanted me to review a figure that he's thinking about getting, and it's one of the oldest figures that I have in my collection now. It's one of the first pieces that I got when I first started Godzilla figure collecting, and he wanted me to review that. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's the Tokyo Marui 1989 Godzilla radio control figure. It's a radio control figure, obviously, and very super detailed, and I believe it's very rare, even at this point. I'm going to show you the box. Here it is. Yeah, this is a big guy. This is a big box. Very colorful. Well, I won't say colorful, but it has a picture of Godzilla on the front. As you can see, Godzilla, the Biollante version from 1989, where it has the functions where it can move forward, turn his head left, turn his head right, wave his head. He could turn his body, his torso left and his torso right. He can also swing his tail, and he can also bark, which in other words means he can roar. And this is basically it as far as the box is concerned. Like, it's very, very big. Obviously it's on the X Plus Gigantic series scale when it comes to big boxes. So that's it. And inside it has like foam to keep the figure intact or whatever, but that's it with the box. Now let's get on with the figure itself. And here it is in all his rubber glory. The Tokyo Marui Godzilla 1989 radio control figure. And give you a little brief history about Tokyo Marui. Tokyo Marui is a company in Japan that makes airsoft replica guns or firearms. And you know what an airsoft gun is. Airsoft guns are used for like soldiers or police, people in training. They don't fire off real bullets, but like rubber or aluminum that doesn't cause damage, using for training purposes or tactical training purposes. So that's what they do. That's what Tokyo Marui specializes in. And I believe it's one of the, they're still in business now. They're still one of the biggest makers of airsoft guns in the world. But they also, in the mid-80s, mid-1980s, because the company was founded in 1965, they came in the mid-80s and dabbled in the radio control market with radio-controlled battle tanks, radio-controlled cars, monster trucks, Z-scale model trains. They even dabbled recently in the electric scooter market. But around 1994, they released some Godzilla products. They released 3. I don't know if they released any more after that, but they released 3. The first one was, I believe, I don't know how they came out, but they released the 1954 Godzilla, which is based off his appearance in the original Gojira. This one from Godzilla vs. Biollante, and they also made a Mothra figure, just the caterpillar version, and which they all move and they all roar. Or I believe in Mothra's case, I believe that she was able to, like, you can install like a little can of spray inside her components, and she's able to like spray the web like she does in the movies, which is kind of very, very cool. And the 1954 Godzilla does the same thing as this one. It roars, but it has a shower roar. This one has the exact same roar from what he was in Godzilla vs. Biollante. That really dark, aggressive roar, which I will demonstrate in a few minutes. But basically how this figure works, it came in 2 parts. It came with the rubber suit, and it also came with the plastic robo endoskeleton that you place inside the rubber suit to give it its articulation. That's one thing about this figure. It has tons of articulation. It also requires tons of batteries. So if you ever get one, yeah, it's not going to be expensive as far as batteries concerned, but you will have to, I think it requires like 4 D cell batteries and like 1 V-volt battery or something like that. Mind you, when I first got this, it was in 2002 or 2000. No, I got this in 2001, and I had not changed the batteries. Now, I mean, I changed the batteries when I first got it. I gave it new batteries, and I've only like messed around with it maybe like 5 or 6 times in the past 13 years, and it still works as far as I know. It still works. I mean, we'll see in a few minutes, but yeah, it still works. But the overall detail of the figure is great. It looks exactly like the Biollante suit. It looks exactly like how he was in the movie. The only thing that I can really say is that maybe the feet or the legs maybe come just a little bit too short. It's not really proportional with his body. But in some angles it looks that way. In some angles, like right here, it looks absolutely perfect. It just depends on your perspective. Other than that, I have no problems with this figure. Like I said, it's very, very rare. So if you have to find one, especially in pristine condition, and if it still works, I suggest go out and get it. It's real worth adding to your collection, especially if you're a fan of the Biollante suit like I am. From his chest, from his claws, his pose, even his dorsal plates. All his dorsal plates are exactly like it was in the movie. And even his tail is even super long, like it was in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Just everything about this figure is spot on. Even the mouth and the eyes. They got the eyes right. The teeth, the shark-like teeth, the double rows of teeth. It looks absolutely perfect. I mean, it's just a great representation of the suit. Along with the recently released X Plus Yuji Sakai Godzilla from X Plus, where it's super detailed and all that. But this is, I would say, no different. It is different size wise, but the detail is there. It's even more lifelike because this is a rubber suit, based on the rubber suit that we see in the films. So, and what you do is, to install the batteries, you have to, I'm not going to rip up the Velcro, because there's Velcro here. You just tear it open, and the compartments to put the batteries are in there. And it's ironic because that's basically how the suit actor got in the suit to portray Godzilla. Ken Pachira Satsuma, I believe that was his name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. But that's it as far as the figure is concerned. Now let's go into its functions. Like I said, it's a radio controlled figure, so it moves, it wags its tail, but you will see. And this is the control that you use to control it. So you just turn it on. There's a green light signifying that it's on, and there's like a little small switch underneath the figure itself, right at the point where the tail meets his lower body. There's a little switch right there also. You turn it on also, and then you'll just fire away. And I'm gonna start with him trying to move forward. Mind you, I haven't played with this in a while, so just bear with me. And as you can see, he looks just like how he would move in the entire movie. Very realistic. Now, let's go where he turns to the left. Now let's see when he turns to the right. He's not really turning, he's more like doing like a hip hop dance. Like he's like hippie hoppity. Whatever, doesn't really change anything. Now let's see him wave his head. Like he's saying no to a question. Like, did you like Godzilla 1998? I didn't think so. Alright, now let's go to the tail action. Because like I said, he can move his gigantic tail. And sorry, I had to spin him around. So here has his tail. For batteries that's like 13 years old, I think that it's working pretty well. Mind you, the sound is kind of annoying, but still, it shouldn't take away from the overall awesomeness of the figure itself. Now let's spin him around so I can do my favorite feature of this Godzilla, and it's the roar. The roar, and for me, this is the ultimate Rick Bohr feature. It's the exact same roar from Godzilla vs. Biollante. Check it out. Ain't that great? And the thing about this figure, if you, cause it can open and close its mouth to project the roar. The sound box is right here that has little poke holes to make the sound come out better, so it don't sound muffled. But if you leave his mouth open like this, he would have a continuous roar where it would go non-stop. There you go. So yeah, that's all that this figure really does. And trust me, it does enough. You know what I'm saying? It's a really great feature figure with tons of features on it. Even if it doesn't roar or move, it's still great to look at with this lifelike rubber appearance or whatever. Mind you, I would love if I would love it if it still kept on roaring and moving. But if you find one that doesn't do all that, you know, I wouldn't say pay that much for it, even though it is rare. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a great figure. It really is great. So Edwin, if you get one, if you find one, please get one. You will not be disappointed. Or anybody else out there that finds one, get your hands on one. Just like one of the last remaining old school Godzilla toys out there. Besides the Bandai stuff, which is very rare, but very exclusive. But it's a great figure to have in your collection. It really is. To show how big it is, let's do a size comparison right fast before I get up out of here. And let's see what I got to choose from. Alright, let me grab this one. Godzilla 2003 from X Plus. From Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Godzilla stands at 12 inches tall. Godzilla 1989 stands at least 20 inches tall and 36 inches long with his long tail. About the same size as the X Plus Gigantic Series Burning Godzilla. So he fits in right in good if you do have those figures. But that's your size comparison between the Godzillas from different eras. Millennium, Heisei. So let's put you back over here because it's not about you, it's about him. So like I said, Edwin Talavera, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope everybody else enjoyed this review. Once again, the Godzilla 1989 Tokyo Marui radio controlled figure. Pick it up if you find one. You have to may do some research to find one, but if you do come across one for a decent price, make sure it works. Get your hands on it. Get your hands on it. So, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry to mention this earlier. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday and a great upcoming Christmas holiday. I'm sure you'll see me before then, but still I want to put it out there. Until then, y'all have a great day and a great weekend and a great upcoming work week. Alright? Take it easy.